We see you.
Victoria, stop brushing your teeth while you watch us.
Yeah, don't be in such a hurry. When you brush, the specks of filth that fly from your mouth get all over your phone screen, and then it makes your phone smell gross all day.
We smell you from here, Victoria.
Hey, you're in luck, kids. We've abducted you at precisely the right time to tell you about this movie we just finished watching.
It's called Sorceress. Oh, I loved it. Say, Vic, maybe we should watch it again, right now, with all of them. Did you bring the videotape?
I thought you were the one who had the videotape last.
Where's the goat?
Did you remember to rewind the tape?
Oh, fuck. Well, don't you worry, kiddies. We might have destroyed the last remaining copy of the movie, but we can still tell you all about it and force our opinions of it into your minds.
It's the least we can do to repay you for being such a captive audience.
Well, let's not spend all day shivering in our handcuffs.
Gather round, you little fools, as we tell you the tale of two enchanted warriors who do something important.
Vic, you took a Viagra today, didn't you? Look, man, we're not gonna get through this one if you can't, focus.
Yes, I guess we never thought much about it.
Sorceress! Yes, Sorceress is a 1982 sword and sorcery film starring Playboy Playmate sisters Lee and Lynette Harris, and directed by Jack Hill. Only he was too embarrassed to use his real name, so he just kept a producer credit. He also claims to have written the screenplay, but Jim Wynorski is the only one credited.
I don't think those two get along very well.
And it was the last and final venture that I ever had with Roger Corman. And for me, it was a disaster at the time.
Rocky production aside, I don't think Jack has much to be embarrassed about. It's great fun. Roger Corman produced it, and Roger Corman is an absolute specimen of a filmmaker.
A real fucking unit.
Roger fucking Corman will make your movie, and he'll make it on time, and he'll make it on the cheap.
He won't always make it good, but if you need a guy to make a movie and still have money left over for flop tarts at the end of the week, you get Roger Corman.
And Sorceress is worth more than a flop tart, kids. Believe me. Oh shit! Sonny, we can't continue.
What?
Hold on! I just remembered we ran out of legally distinct from Pop-Tarts razzleberry flavored flop tarts!
We can't survive down here without that warm, gooey blue stuff.
We gotta have that blue stuff. But if some of that green shit gets down here, what'll we do then?
The only thing that gets rid of green shit is blue stuff. Help!
Is green shit getting all over your house?
You seem unsure.
Resurrecting evil wizards who ruin your family barbecues with embarrassing grabs for attention? Like killing your parents? Have you recently ingested some green shit and found yourself making decisions you regret later? Have your eyes been negatively affected by obnoxious blinking green shit?
It's only illusion.
Well, try blue stuff. Blue stuff coats and gets into all the areas other stuff can't reach. Blue stuff protects you from green shit. Blue stuff with new razzleberry flavor.
Wait, Sonny! Isn't Sorceress chock full of blue razzleberry flavored flop tarts?
There's a lot of cool shit in Sorceress. The only thing that isn't in Sorceress is a sorceress. Unless Tragon, the evil wizard cult leader, is gender fluid.
He's some kind of fluid.
It's certainly a possibility, as this movie tackles the issue of gender with a delicate sensibility.
Sonny, this movie features a girl getting her uterus raked out by a cosplay Birdman.
That was to show the sacrifice that she made, for the sake of the children.
Okay, look, we should probably explain a few things to you kids. Sonny and I are very divided over this movie, even though we both enjoyed it, so you need a little context.
The story goes that the evil wizard Tragon must sacrifice his firstborn child to the big scary head in outer space played by universally beloved TV mom, Roseanne.
It looks like she fell asleep while frying a pan of bacon. Sadly, she survived.
The bacon did not. Tragon's baby mama attempts to escape,
Dragon! Butcher!
but sadly, she's hunted down in the forest.
Can I just say, hey, Super Nintendo man, if you ever decide to give a live-action Super Mario movie another try,
The House of Prana is not far.
this is the man who was born to play Toad. Tragon discovers that he has twins instead of just one kid.
There are two.
And when his wife refuses to tell him which is the elder, he brings out the talons.
I can't help but get the feeling that none of this is necessary.
And it never would have happened if Tragon hadn't been an absentee dad.
Now she's more of an amputee mom. If I was getting my belly ripped apart by a giant steel bird talon, I'd be calling for something a little stronger than a Corona Vic.
Who's this guy? Her hot yoga instructor?
Oh man!
Holy crap!
Oh! I think he cut that guy's throat for real!
Jumping Jeepany Jehoshaphat.
Tragon is defeated, but because he's an evil wizard, he gets a 3-strike rule on mortality, and he vows to come back 20 years in the future to finish the sacrifice.
I come again.
With her dying breath, the princess begs the warrior Krona to raise her children and protect them from Tragon's corruption.
Then Krona's all like, sure, lady, I'll watch your kids. And he uses the power of blue stuff to turn them into great warriors.
Blue stuff. Safe for use with babies and the elderly alike. Now in cool Raz Jazzle and blue Blazzle Visnazzle berry flavors. Warning, do not expose blue stuff to open flame.
I guess Krona had better shit to do, because instead of keeping his vow to raise and protect the twins, he pawns them off on some random-ass goat herder and his ample wife.
You see? I'm so full.
Krona tells the goat herder that since Tragon's forces will be looking for girl children, he should raise them as boys.
20 years later, before I can even finish my flap tot, Tragon respawns, gooed back into existence to the delight of his loyal subjects and his betrothed, Princess Delicia.
Who is that vision of evil?
Yes, she's quite the femme fatale. After lighting up their It's a Boys cigars, Tragon sends his general, Krakanon, to search for the
Two. Who are one.
Krakanon has swelling of the brain because of an argument with his horse. And he decides to immediately ransack the first thatched hut they come across. Coincidentally, it just happens to be the right place. A bit suspect, really.
Lucky guess. Right place, wrong time. Because the twins aren't there. But their family sure is.
A sword, Captain!
That's not how you hold one of those things.
No! She was so full of milk.
The twins return. And Tragon's birdmen get savaged.
The burly Viking Baldar watches the action while taking a burly shit in some nearby shrubs. And once the coast is clear, he introduces himself.
I am Baldur of Amart.
And his trusty sidekick, Pando. What a neat little fella.
That thing should be killed immediately.
They ritually toast the corpse bellows of their adoptive family while the adorable Pando kicks out some sweet, slow jams in the foreground.
The moment of reflection is interrupted when Krona waltzes back into their lives. Just in time to tell the twins that Tragon is the one responsible for the death of both their adopted parents and their real mother.
He tells the twins to seek revenge, and that the only thing that can defeat Tragon's sorcery is the secret name of the Almighty.
Vital. Remember. Vital.
Then, overwhelmed with guilt, Krona joins his friends in the funeral pyre.
On the way to Tragon's castle, they take a side trip to a village to pick up an escaped prince who was in Baldar's charge. That's right, sweetheart. Look right into the camera. It's your time to shine.
Here you go, folks. The male love interest, the barbarian, Ehrlich. The Beastmaster in a Garfunkel wig.
Ehrlich's the love child of Deathstalker and Deathstalker 2. He's also a prince, and the hero of this fantasy adventure tale. He's also a despicable cheat.
Fantasy adventure tale is right. In real life, this smiley Brady Bunch yacht boy mutant in a dish towel toga would be sponging up his own blood and dentures with that mop on his head.
I call bullshit too. Those guys are huge. And he's kicking them through tables and shit. This just isn't a very believable fantasy. Besides, the twins don't need no hero. These girls can handle themselves.
Maybe those guys only look big and scary.
Yeah, you're right. See how the big Vadino Onion Man struggles to move nude grandma out of the way.
All four characters proceed to kick some ass, while Pando, the sniveling, disgusting malcontent, removes himself from the conflict entirely and relaxes with a good snort.
A brilliant strategy. Pando is my kind of people. If you're ever forced to fight your way out of a barbarian brothel, you'll want to find a good place to spruce up as soon as possible.
Baldar and Ehrlich don't realize until mid-sprucing that the twins are in fact girls.
Strange wine, the lips of exotic maidens.
The perfect disguise.
The girls?
We already established that, Sonny. Weren't you paying attention?
What? Oh, sorry. I was, preoccupied. It must have slipped my mind. I just can't believe I didn't notice before now that Mira and Mara were girls.
Who are Mira and Mara?
The twins, Vic.
There were twins in this movie?
I'm beginning to think this movie has somehow affected our minds. We're becoming as naive as the characters.
Ehrlich and Baldar decide to fuck off and polish their swords, leaving the maids alone. This is always a bad idea, not because they don't know how to fight, but because Mira and Mara have the street smarts of an infant. They believe everything anybody tells them all of the time.
Ehrlich sent me. Ehrlich has been taken by Tragon.
Tragon.
Luckily, Krakenon's trap was spied by the stealthy Pando. And he gallops off like the wonderful, majestic steed he is.
Repellent, horrible coward is more like it.
You know, you should really cut Pando some slack, Vic.
Never. But I'll cut Ehrlich some slack. He's sharper than he looks.
What's the stupid beast trying to say?
Princess Delicia shows up just in time for the barbecue. And she really knows how to make an entrance. There's a dude with a real live leopard. And also a filthy idiot monkey minion Hunu is there too.
Hunu is one of the greatest thespians of our day. The princess wouldn't pick a filthy idiot to be her right hand.
What's with everyone having a right hand in this movie anyways? I think even Krakenon has one, although not for the whole film.
An inexplicable trial by Hibachi is performed to determine which of the twins is the firstborn.
Actually, Vic, during this time period, face barbecue was the only 100% accurate way of DNA testing, and it smells delicious.
That's Estelle Getty of Golden Girls fame as the twins' stunt double there.
I can't tell whether or not these stunts are great or terrible.
They're dangerous, and they're being performed by elderly people who don't know what they're doing.
Pando knows what he's doing, and that's being the goat.
Sonny, he smells way worse than a goat.
He's saving the day, Vic.
Yes, by creating an impenetrable wall of stench.
The bottom line is he got everybody out safe. But you just know that orange clump of shit's gonna mess everything up.
The gang hides out in a Dark Souls game, and Tragon starts freaking out about planetary conjunctions and his solemn vows to the big scary head in outer space or something.
Other desires, too.
I cannot.
And somehow that means he can't fuck Delicia?
It would break my vows.
Look at her! She's the perfect villainess!
The princess decides that just because she isn't getting any, that doesn't mean that she should deprive her shriveled little conky dog. So she promises her, wait till Huno, that once the sacrifice is complete, he can do whatever he wants with the remaining twin.
Look at that tender scene. Look at the acting! He's a little hairy Brando. Move over, Andy Serkis.
Vic, they're conspiring to ape rape. The vile simian gets so frothed up that he rounds up a death squad of scabby, smelly monkey men and sets out for the Forbidden Forest.
Oh, Scabby and Smelly, listen to you. He's got a name, you know. His name is Hunu.
Yeah, it's a stupid name.
Yeah, well, what kind of a name is Pando? They just ripped off Pan and put a dough at the end. That isn't clever.
Let's just focus on the movie, Vic.
Fine. Our heroes take shelter beneath a pissing giant they mistook for a waterfall, and Baldar attempts to teach the maids about the birds and the bees.
Do you know where babies come from?
Or the goats and the apes.
The ridiculous monkey death squad shows up with some star fruit, loaded up with some dank-ass monkey death squad smokables, and everybody suddenly realizes they're in the movie Sorceress.
Look at Pando cowering. Yeah, thanks, movie. We know you can't show us anything without giving us a reaction shot, so we know how Pando is feeling about what's going on.
Well, just about every time you see Hunu, he's cowering.
Are we talking about Hunu here, or are we talking about Pando? Because I thought we were going on with the movie.
We are going on with the movie.
Well, I need
here.
to know, because I was talking about the movie here, and you want to talk about Hunu,
We're
right?
talking about the movie.
Yeah, I was talking about the movie because Pando's on the screen. We're talking about Pando, not Hunu.
We're talking about Pando.
Because you want to talk about Hunu all day. That's fine. I can talk about Hunu all day.
We know you can.
What?
I said that Baldar manages to stop laughing at the pathetic gorillas long enough to save Mira from being carried off.
Since Mara has the good sense of a Wing Chun dummy, Tragon easily convinces her that she was lied to about her mother's death, and he sends her to her cool new room.
Listen, my child. I am your father.
My father?
No, it's not true.
That's impossible.
Krakanon finally gets his chance for revenge by revealing our hero as a degenerate cheat, and Tragon sentences him to death. Lickety-split.
Death by impalement.
I take it back. You made your point. You don't have to stick it to me.
But it just so happens that Delicia has the hots for Erlich.
She reminds Tragon that when the big scary head in outer space moves her magnifying glass from the catfish in the top hat to the chicken's eyeball on the game board, his firstborn must be sacrificed after having been filled with the seed of him who hath a dead loofah growing from his scalp.
It would make the sacrifice perfect.
Yes.
And thus the sacrifice shall be complete.
Now, the twins, being two who are one, can each see and feel what the other is seeing and feeling.
It's always been this way between Mara and me.
But that's not a convenient setup for anything later. Best to just forget we mentioned it.
Do you suspect that a loved one might be drinking green shit? Has your child recently exhibited signs of general stupefaction and a fixation with their own loins?
Has it to do with this feeling I get in my loins?
Have you noticed an accumulation of empty golden chalices around the house? Use of green shit has been linked to zombification and could result in self-harm. Tell your children that if somebody offers them green shit to just say, "No thanks."
I don't know about you, Vic, but I don't want any part of that green shit.
You heard the man, kids. Don't fuck with no green shit, even if it's offered to you by your cool dad.
Anybody who offers you green shit isn't your friend, even if they're nice and pretty. And they show up to your complimentary butt greasing wearing nothing but the loot from a costume jewelry heist.
The temptations of a green shit lifestyle are powerful, and Delicia uses them to convince Erlich to sacrifice Mara to the big scary head in outer space.
But not before filling her with a seed. Don't forget, this is important to the plot.
Delicia also convinces Erlich that she likes him for realsies, and that if Tragon wasn't in the way, Erlich could probably toss a bit of seed in her direction as well.
Later, the world will be ours.
Delicia is slick, but she didn't realize Tragon happened to be in the bathroom the whole time. He heard the whole thing.
As I told you, Tragon, he is like wet clay in my hands.
But Delicia plays it off smooth, and Tragon goes along with her game. An impressive double cross between two backbiting snakes we've got here. They're doing evil right.
Meanwhile, Erlich concedes to sowing his seed all over the place, and he starts with Mara, who, herself, is convinced that she holds some wonderful secret. And Erlich has the the key to unlock it.
Thankfully, we're spared the sacrificial seeding scene. But since Erlich and Mara are supposed to be boning down, and Mira and Mara happen to feel everything the other one is feeling...
You guessed it. Mira catches a ghost bone.
By the horns of...
How is Baldar so sure Erlich is responsible for the disembodied boning?
Must be Erlich.
Baldar does appear to be familiar with Erlich's signature style of horizontal mambo.
Oh, he's been there.
Oh, done that.
Why, that amorous pup's personally sent me to the proctologist countless times. Have you ever been to a Viking proctologist? I wouldn't recommend it.
The scene takes on a new dimension of emotional gravity when Pando becomes concerned for the distressed maiden.
Stay away from her.
Now that is acting.
Sonny, Pando has been trying from the very beginning of the film to perform a sexual assault on the twins with his disgusting weapon.
What's that? Which he carries there, hanging between his legs? I don't know. Some kind of horn? A weapon, then?
He is Kevin Spacey with hairy underboob. If it wasn't for Baldar, well, but thankfully, the frustrated nanny goat can only kick rocks on the girl before chicken walking his candy ass on out of there.
Let me know if you find a cold river.
Why is it when Pando does it, it's sexual assault, but when Hunu does it, it's brilliant acting?
We're not talking about Hunu right now. Hunu isn't on the screen.
This is about choosing a side, Vic. The polls are still out. So we don't know which one of them will win most repulsive little minion creature in the movie. But I've made my choice. I'm with Pando, and you're Team Hunu.
You picked the wrong pony to ride, my friend. Hunu will make the Forbidden Forest great again.
One thing we can both still agree on is the Princess Delicia. She's a power player in this movie.
Yeah, she really manages to drive the entire plot by now, having complete control over both Erlich and Mara, and using the twins' maiden mind meld to learn of an attempted rescue.
It takes a lot of style to be that evil and look that good doing it. I sure hope she ends up getting a promotion for all this hard work she's putting in here. The rescuers are met by Tragon and his brigade of beaked buffoons. But Tragon's done nothing but lounge around in his bathrobe all day, eating green curry with green chilies and scratching his green butt crack, and he feels like flexing. So he flicks our heroes the stink finger and sends them down to the catacombs below.
In a callous display, Tragon denies Hunu of his rightful booty.
Filthy beast!
The rage, the betrayal. And so begins Hunu's quest for revenge. Hey, where you going with that sword, buddy? You gonna use that sword to stab Tragon in his purple nards?
Moldy old catacombs are the best places to conduct emergency surgery, and Mira pulls some crazy Shirley MacLaine shit.
So, this is like 2 mules for Sister Sarah, but with zombies?
Wait a minute, Vic. The polls are closed. They're telling the votes now.
We go live on tape at the campaign headquarters of both Hunu and Pando. Wait, what's this?
Everybody look out. That monkey's got a sword.
Hunu? What? Don't trust him with that sword. He's an idiot.
Vic, what the hell just happened?
Hunu gave that filthy little creep the iron sword, and he appears to be rallying an army of sheep and alcoholic gardeners.
This election coverage is brought to you by Blue Stuff. Has your life been ruined by drinking green shit? There is hope. You can take your life back. Because new cool Razzle Snaz Jazzleberry Flop Tarts come in packs of 2! That's right, 2! One to clear away all that old green shit, and another one to keep you going all day long. And introducing the new Extreme Blue Stuff Flop Tarts brand mascot. He's the almighty savior of the movie. Here comes Vital!
Hey kids! I just flew in on my magic Razzleberry to tell you all about the new Veg Snazzle Frazzleberry Raz flavored Flop Tarts. Oh yeah, you're gonna like them. Check out my wingspan.
Hey, what the fuck? Vic, Sonny, I thought I was the one doing the live reads, and I come back in the booth and see this asshole is stealing my bit.
Whoa, hey! A little too much hostility in here.
You are doing the live reads. Oh, Lord Vapula.
We have no idea who this guy is.
He's even trying to look like me. Look! Except I don't look like an old scrotum wrapped in stale bubble gum.
Hey, buddy, just trying to sell some Flop Tarts here, okay?
To hell with your stupid Flop Tarts! Those things give you cancer!
Hey, you can't just say stuff like that, buddy.
I'm a load of hell, you corporate shill! I say what I want to say!
Wait, it appears the spell is broken. Erlich and Mara fighting back.
What the fuck?
Betrayal!
It was a double, triple cross.
And he's celebrating like he just won the big game.
Dudes! Need something to help celebrate the big game? Blue Stuff tastes great and cools instantly when directly applied to jock itch.
Dude! Shut up, dick!
What?
In case you weren't paying attention, the best character in the movie just got sacrificed in a Hail Mary play of desperation. The zombie warriors have completely abandoned the battle. They're literally too horny to fight.
Been buried 1,000 years, you know?
And now we got the big scary head in outer space showing up and spraying green shit everywhere.
Hey, listen guys. We're not here to talk about movies, okay? We're here to sell Flop Tarts.
We are too here to talk about movies.
Idiots!
Yeah, you stupid piece of shit.
Oh, you want me to just end this? Because I could. You don't want to do business with Blue Stuff? We're not gonna beg. There's a lot of unethical internet celebrities out there just waiting to sell their ass for a shekel or two.
This guy's a phony hack, phony hack, bitch. This guy's a hack phony bitch.
Hey, why don't you stick to Kraft macaroni and cheese and Dollar Shave Club spots, pal?
Do something, pussy!
Oh, I'll do something. I'll end this fucking movie, how about that? Ooh, scary green shit. Big scary head in space, huh? Bam! How about that? I could've did that 117 minutes ago. Bam!
Pando?
Bam! I just ended your movie, bitch!
Wait a minute. What color was that lightning you just shot from your eyes?
That shit was green!
What in the fucking fuck?
You losers are colorblind.
Betrayal!
I mean, even you're green, buddy. Have you ever looked at yourself?
Fuck you! Don't listen to him, Vic. He's just an old hand puppet. He has cataracts and he can't drive legally.
I don't need to drive, because where I'm going, I don't need no roads. I am about to bounce, though. Bounce my big blue raspberry right up your mom's razzleberry ass. Later, losers.
Run, pussy!
What an asshole.
Shut up! Why didn't you guys go up there and kick that guy's ass for me, huh? How come you guys never have my back?
We've got your back, Lord Vapula.
We do, great Lord Vapula.
For real, remember when I called attention to his cataracts?
Please don't scorch us.
Well, Okay. I'm a little tired from all that yelling. I'm gonna go to sleep on the couch. You guys still got a little more movie left. That pussy didn't ruin the entire thing.
Thank you, Great Vapula.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
I love you.
What?
I said good night.
Oh, okay.
Well, Vital sure did take a big flop tot all over this movie. But here's a bit of resolution when Ehrlich finally bests Tragon's right hand, cracking on by confusing him with a callback for which he has no context.
Hey, Krakenon. You know what your mother said when she got you?
And chopping his fucking arm off.
Quick to anger.
And the twins turned their dad to lime jello, just as their mother did 20-ish years before. Whoopity-ding-dong-doo.
And Ehrlich fucks them both in the end.
Boy, this plot sure stunk.
Yeah, I don't know why Jim Wynorski is fighting so hard to keep his name as the solitary writer on a movie that plays like it was written over a blackout drunk weekend at Gen Con.
But you know what? This movie didn't need plot, because it just had so much stuff.
Yeah, a lot of junk.
A lot of shit.
Yeah.
But good shit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everywhere you look in a given scene, there's just so much shit going on. It doesn't matter if it's all costume, jewelry, and crap they dug out of the dumpster behind Joanne Fabrics. It doesn't matter that the acting is atrocious. And the special effects are laughable. This movie was still pretty great.
Yeah, it's a shame you missed out on it, kids. Boy, Sonny, that whole thing with Vital really reminded me that when it comes to selling out to corporate douchebags, you and I are on the same team, and we shouldn't let our differences get in the way of that.
Too right, Vic.
And if I may be so bold, I'd like to say that this has brought us closer to—
Hold on! The polls are in. They're about to announce which one was the creepiest of the movie. Hunu or Pando?
Huh. Well, if that's what—
Well, what do you know?
Well, I guess the public has spoken.
And they're right, of course. They're both creeps. And hey, Vic, we're pretty creepy too. Maybe that's why we both felt so strongly.
I feel good. I feel good about today. I feel good about the movie. But, Sonny, there's only one thing that kind of bothers me.
What's that, Vic?
Whatever happened to Hunu?
Hunu's fucking dead.